Ancient instruments set the pace. For a relay of runners carrying torches, a tradition nearly 500 years old, burning bright. Hi, I'm Christine Persichetti. You could call it a test of religious endurance. More than 3,000 Catholics piling into the Co-Cathedral of St Joseph to celebrate Our Lady of Guadalupe, the vision responsible for transforming a nation, converting Mexico from paganism to Christianity. Currents News' Katie Vasquez tells us that faith, that fire, still has the power to ignite.
Their beats echo in the Co-Cathedral of St Joseph. More than 3,000 parishioners of Latin American heritage displaying their faith and culture during a mass for a popular Marian apparition.
We Mexicans believe it. She has done very much miracles for us, and it is very special for us.
We grow with it since we were kids. We hear from Our Lady of Guadalupe, and always we pray to her, asking to intercede for us.
It's the feast of Our Lady of Guadalupe, and even though the devotion dates back almost 500 years, it's so strong in the Diocese of Brooklyn that this celebration had to be split into two masses, one for Brooklyn and one for Queens.
It's incredibly exciting to see so many people here, and this is one mass. These are the parishes in Brooklyn who gathered, and we filled the cathedral.
But these devotees aren't just here to celebrate Mass with Brooklyn Bishop Robert Brennan. They're here to spread the word of Christ. Bishop Brennan lights dozens of torches that these runners will bring back to their parishes. The flame symbolizes the light of Christ and their journey, a way to share their love of Jesus and the Blessed Mother.
It's a very powerful sign of evangelization. It's a very visible sign of who we are and what we're about, of our love for the Blessed Mother, of our love for Jesus Christ.
You know, wherever light we can get it, we're going to share it. So that's very, very, very important, and we are happy to be here, to be part, and we are blessed.
And just as the torches light the streets of the Diocese of Brooklyn, the light of Christ enters into the homes and hearts of the faithful. In Prospect Heights, Katie Vasquez, Currents News.
Millions of faithful across the United States packed churches and took to the streets for the feast day. But what first sparked this great devotion to Our Lady? The Virgin of Guadalupe, like the Shroud of Turin, actually appeared on a piece of fabric. It was 1531 when she first appeared on a hill in Mexico. A peasant, Juan Diego, saw her there. She identified herself and asked him to build her a shrine. Juan Diego ran to the Archbishop of what is now Mexico City, but he dismissed Diego, demanding proof. So Diego returned to the hill and encountered Our Lady again. She told him to go to the top and pick some flowers to bring to the Archbishop. When he got there, he found Castilian roses, which are not native to Mexico. But even more significant than that, his cloak, his tilma, was miraculously imprinted with a colorful image of the Virgin herself. All these years later, it remains the most sacred object in all of Mexico. When Mary appeared to Juan Diego, she appeared first as the Mother of Christ, and that fact has been celebrated by Pope St. John Paul II and Pope Francis, who have both asked her to protect babies in the womb. In a statement for the feast day, U.S. bishops spoke about the patroness of the unborn, saying, "In Our Lady of Guadalupe, we encounter the Mother of all mothers, a loving bridge between worlds and peoples who unifies through her maternal embrace. In choosing to appear to St. Juan Diego, a man characterized by his native origins and modest station in life, she reveals to us that the love of God transcends boundaries, natural and man-made, for the salvation of all." Now that we know where the devotion began, let's look at the celebrations at the Basilica of Our Lady of Guadalupe in Mexico City. That's where Juan Diego's tilma is today. Devotion to Our Lady of Guadalupe is at an all-time high, with more pilgrims visiting her shrine annually than visitors to Vatican City. 12.5 million people visited the Basilica in December of 2022. The Diocese of Brooklyn is also breaking records with the number of faithful who are carrying torches in honor of Our Lady of Guadalupe. Almost 50 parishes from across Brooklyn and Queens are participating. That's the largest number yet. Here are some of the paths those torch runners are taking tonight. As you can see, they travel to all corners of the diocese, from Bay Ridge, Brooklyn to Jamaica, Queens, spreading the light of Christ. For some, it takes hours. They won't reach their destinations until well after sunset. You can read more about the Diocese of Brooklyn's Our Lady of Guadalupe celebrations in the tablet, so be sure to pick up a copy of the paper this weekend at your local church. You can subscribe to the paper by going online to thetablet.org. The tablet is making sure families in the Diocese of Brooklyn can put gifts under their trees. The paper kicked off their annual Bright Christmas campaign earlier this month, and so far they've raised more than $55,000, but they're trying to raise $125,000. So if you want to help them reach their goal, just go online to thetablet.org/brightchristmas. You could also make a check out to Bright Christmas and mail it to LB number 2118, P.O. Box 95,000 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and the zip code 19195. Catholic Charities Brooklyn and Queens is also helping kids this Christmas by volunteering in Santa's workshop. The CCBQ elves sorting through donated toys at their senior residence in Howard Beach, Queens. They'll bring the gifts to 2 distribution sites in Brooklyn and Queens. Last year, they gave more than 3,000 children Christmas gifts, and this year, the need is even greater. So if you want to help them hand out even more toys, just go online to ccbq.org to donate. And that is this Currents News Update. I'm Christine Persichetti. Thank you for joining us, because we are putting your faith in the news. Before we go, let's take one final look at the sights and sounds of Our Lady of Guadalupe. Hope to see you again next time.
Y te damos gracias porque nos haces dignos de servirte.